Good afternoon, students, and welcome to today's lecture, Introducing Epidauros and the Healing Sanctuary of Asclepius. I'm your professor, Dr. Rob Steffen, and today we're going to take a look at one of the most renowned healing sanctuaries in the ancient Greek world. It was dedicated to the god Asclepius, god of medicine and healing, and it served as a major center for medical treatment and religious pilgrimage, attracting visitors from across the Greek world who sought cures for their ailments. The sanctuary was known for its holistic approach to healing, combining medical treatments, actual scientific medicine, with things like spiritual purification, as well as ritual practices to promote physical and mental well-being. Now, beyond its significance as a healing center, Epidauros was also an important cultural site. The sanctuary housed one of the best preserved ancient theaters, famous for its extraordinary acoustics and its architectural harmony. This sort of blending of medical and religious and artistic traditions makes Epidauros a key site for understanding ancient Greek perspectives on health, spirituality, and performance. So where exactly is Epidauros? Well, Epidauros is located in the northeastern Peloponnese, in a region known as the Argolid, that area surrounding the city-state of Argos. And in that location, it's surrounded by rolling hills and lush greenery. The peaceful and isolated environment made it an ideal location for a healing sanctuary, reinforcing the sanctuary's reputation as a place of rest and rejuvenation. The site was strategically positioned near major travel routes, allowing access for pilgrims from all over Greece and beyond. Now, the natural surroundings also played a role in the healing practices at the site. The abundance of fresh water, of clean air, and of serene landscapes, they all were believed to contribute to the healing process. And the sacred springs and baths within the sanctuary were also used for purification rituals, reflecting the sort of ancient belief in the connection between nature and health. This setting helped cultivate an atmosphere conducive to both spiritual worship as well as medical treatment. Okay, so let's take a second now and look at the history of Epidauros. It's got an actually pretty long history, dating all the way back to the Mycenaean period. But it became most famous during the classical and Hellenistic periods, so around the 5th century or the 400s BC, going all the way up into the 3rd century or the 200s BC. The sanctuary of Asclepius during this time gained immense prominence as healing cults spread across Greece, and Epidauros emerged as the most important center for this practice. Patients sought divine intervention through a process known as incubation, a ritual in which they would actually sleep in the sanctuary and then receive dream visions from Asclepius that guided their treatments. So imagine that, falling asleep, having a dream, and that dream revealing how you should be treated. Now, during the Hellenistic era, Epidauros expanded significantly, with new buildings constructed to accommodate the growing number of pilgrims. The sanctuary continued to function well into the Roman period, and emperors and elite figures made dedications and improvements to the site. However, with the rise of Christianity and the decline of pagan sanctuaries, Epidauros eventually lost its influence, though its legacy, both in medicine and in architecture and in entertainment, remains significant today. Now, Epidauros is home to some of the most impressive monuments in all of ancient Greece. So the Theatre of Epidauros, it was built in the 4th century BC, and it is considered one of the finest examples of Greek theater architecture in all the ancient world. It's known for its near-perfect acoustics, meaning that if you're sitting in the top row, you can hear somebody talking in a normal like talking level voice down in the orchestra below. It could seat about 14,000 spectators, and it remains a masterpiece of design still used for performances today. So highly recommended, when you go to Greece, go ahead and catch an ancient Greek play in the Theatre of Epidauros. It's quite the experience. Now, the sanctuary of Asclepius contains several key structures, including the Abaton, which was a dormitory where patients would sleep in hopes of receiving divine healing visions. Then we've got the Tholos, a circular temple, which housed the sacred snake cult associated with Asclepius, and this was an important part of the healing ritual. Then we've also got things like baths, fountains, and athletic facilities, all sort of reinforcing the holistic nature of treatment at the site of Epidauros. Another major structure was the Stoa, a long colonnaded building that housed votive offerings left by grateful patients who believed that they'd been cured. These offerings, including inscriptions describing miraculous healings, as well as sort of anatomical votive statuettes of things like ears or hands, whatever had been healed, they provide valuable insights into ancient Greek medical practices and religious beliefs. The site of Epidauros offers a unique perspective on ancient Greek medicine, religion, and architecture. The sanctuary of Asclepius represents one of the earliest examples of organized medical practice, blending supernatural healing with early scientific approaches to health. The records of patient treatments and votive inscriptions give us direct evidence of how Greeks understood disease and recovery. Furthermore, Epidauros highlights the deep connection between art and healing in Greek culture. So the presence of this grand theater within a healing sanctuary suggests that entertainment, storytelling, and communal experience, these were seen as integral to well-being. And this reflects a holistic worldview in which physical, mental, and spiritual health, these were all tightly interwoven. By studying Epidauros, we gain insight into the evolution of medicine, the role of religion in healing, and the architectural achievements of the Greeks. The site remains an enduring testament to the sophistication of humanity of ancient Greek culture. And in the upcoming lectures, we're going to take a look at these healing rituals of Asclepius, the medical practices of the sanctuary, and the stunning art and architecture of the theater that continues to captivate audiences today.